Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. Today we're gonna talk about my thoughts on Dune Part 2. I'm gonna say it right away, this was a really great movie. It was way better than the first one, and the first one was also a really great movie. I'm gonna talk about the story and the characters. On the subject of characters, I'm gonna pay a little bit extra to the final villain of this movie. So with that out of the way, and of course beware of spoilers, and let's get started! One of the reasons this movie works so well is thanks to the relationship between Paul and Johnny. I forgot a little bit what her name was because I really have a tendency to forget names sometimes, but I really felt like those two characters' relationship was one of the highlights of this movie. And it was really sad when they didn't end up together in the end of the movie. But I think that both of the developments and the direction the both characters went was natural. It worked well. I really liked the decision. I think both of them are great characters. I would really like to see their relation come full circle in Dune Part 3. And let's be honest, there's gonna be a Part 3. All I can say more about this is that I'm gonna talk a little bit more about Paul. When it came to him, he started out like a great character, but then it feels like he's going down a dark path now. Let's say it this way, I feel a lot of religious figure inspired this character, probably in the books as well. And I'm not a guy that is really that excited about religion, because I feel like religion is the cause to lots of evil. But I often feel like when they done right in movies, it really worked well. I feel like a lot of Jesus and Moses inspiration for this character. And I know a lot of you are going to go out there and hate me for saying that. Just do it. That's the type of thing I got the feeling of. Religion can be good and it can be evil. It has been able to come up with lots of good in the world. But as I said, a lots of evil have come from it as well. And now that Paul is a religious leader, I really are interested to see where they take him in the third movie. But it's not just those two characters I think work well. There are a bunch of other characters. I'm not going to talk too much about them that I also think works well. Like those four I show you in this picture, I think each and one of them was really well written. I really felt a lot of interest towards the princess, to the emperor, and from Paul's mother. I'm excited to see what will happen in the third movie with some of those characters. After all, Paul has proposed to the daughter of the emperor after taking them hostage. So what is his plan now? And now as for the villains, I think each of the villains worked well in its own way. But if I'm gonna talk about the one that in my opinion stand out of them all is Fade Rautua. Harkonnen. I'm not sure if I pronounced that right, but there's the final villain that Paul has to fight. And I think he is the best out of the three. I think that he is a genuine threat. He actually humiliates his cousin and actually scares the crap out of him. He may even have killed his uncle if it wasn't for the promise his uncle made him. I really like this villain. I think he worked well. I think he was threatening. And I think that he could have defeated Paul if Paul wasn't as good as a fighter as he was. If Paul was just lacking a little bit behind him, I think he would have died. and that's why I like this villain so well. And he's a complete evil sociopath. What's not to hate about him? As for the story is great. I really like how much it feels like a religion type of movie, and in some sense it is. I really like that part of the movie. I like that the movie isn't so much action driven than it is story driven. I think the characters are done well. I think the plot line is done well. I think the surprises work well. And the whole part with the villains almost being Nazis. Okay, we all hate Nazis, that is true. But it's really great to see them being taken down in movies. So that is excellent work. I really think this movie did it well. The story is almost perfect. The characters are great. The villains are great. The plot is great. I really like this movie. And that's it for this video. Did you people like this movie? Did you dislike this movie? Let me know in the comment section down below. I hope to see you guys again next time.